through that process brings them some measure of comfort, some measure of relief. And they don't need to know how that's happening or why that's happening. Like you said, we don't even know, right?
Right.
But, we don't need to say, oh, it's all going to work out. And, there's a silver lining in this dark. We don't have to say all that, we just, sometimes the best thing we can do is sit quietly with someone who's hurting.
Yeah. Just to be present. We've talked about not having the answers, but being present.
Yeah. So we're so trained, from our religious background that we're always trying to fix something. We're always trying to orchestrate something. Everything's a project, and we're trying to get somebody from some place to another. And we just get to relax.
Yeah, that's bondage right there. When you're constantly thinking, I've shared that, my parents are going through something, mom's dementia diagnosis, dad's just angry at the world. I think because it's not how he pictured the two of them growing old together.
Yeah.
And so my wife and I and my sister-in-law and my brother, that we're all trying to help, and you're right. I'm trying to fix things.
Yeah.
That's tough. Recently I watched an older video on the sequel, and the sequel was another layer of this suffering that I was thinking about. And you just used the word aware. And so these words pop up and they just hang there in my consciousness about that, they're significant, and this awareness that we have been given, even the awareness of, I don't need to say anything, I don't need to fix this, is coming from Father. The sequel being another layer of the suffering and what we may see. I've been in Ecclesiastes reading the seasons of life.
Yes.
Seeing that this is the thing he joined us in.
Yes.
I just got through reading Stephen's book about the celestial realm, and he shared things I just didn't think about. The trial and testing in 40 days, and the idea that Christ fasted so he would be weak. I'd never heard that before.
Yes.
That during that he would be weak. And what is the significance of that?
No, you guys, well, I think it is. You talk about the distractions all the time. And I think of all those times that, like I said, we're in our own head. We think we're doing these things to help others throughout our life. And it's really all some kind of selfish distraction.
Vanity.
And that we think we're supposed to be the one with the answer or do this and do that. And you miss out on all that, these key things you guys are saying, to actually empathize with someone or see that spirit working and to really be there for them.
Yeah.
And love them and care for them and help them. And it has nothing to do with giving someone an answer or telling them, oh, here, think this way, think that way. That is so distracting.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm learning to come out of that. And there's a lot of, it's so freeing. You see those times of, wow, how it's like these clouds we talked about. I talked about this morning, all these clouds that just hang with us seemingly like all the time. But when that gets removed, it's so free.
It is.
You can start looking, like I said, the circumstances don't change, but we can see them differently.
That's it.
Yeah. It's interesting to hear Dean say that, because I think, we sort of gravitate to other people when they have something maybe we think we don't possess. Yeah. We see a compliment. We see that behavior that they have that you kind of wish you had. I'm one of those people that struggles with silence. If it's completely, I feel like I got to fill that, and the entire time I've known Dean, in fact, my daughter one time, Emily, said, it seems like Dean's real comfortable with silence. Emily's like me. She's got to fill that void if we're not speaking. And she goes, sometimes I'm like, I guess Dean just doesn't need conversation. But I have an appreciation for maybe an intuitive awareness that you don't have to just blather or throw something out there. And so over the course of time, I've learned that more and more, that I'm not here to provide the answers. I don't have to step into the fray and fix them, even though it's almost a reaction.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to understand that may not be what I was called to do in this situation.
Yes. Oh, you too.
There's another side of that though too. Like I say, I hear Chris saying that and I appreciate what he's saying, but his personality, and when it comes out, he's wonderful. He always has the right thing to say. So in situations, and people in his family, and I do too, we can go to him, call him, and he's going to comfort and say those things. So that's it's about freeing ourselves up.
Yeah.
To be who we really are to be. And then you can be that person.
Exactly.
And give the comforting answers, because you can say some really meaningful, wonderful things.
Yes. The things you two just said so bring me great encouragement and joy. We aren't the answer. And we don't have any clever answers either. He is the answer.
Right.
That's it. And really, so all we got to do is be. We just are going to be who we are, be who God made us. And these troubles, when you love someone, you'd like to spare them trouble and pain and heartache. But the fact is, the troubles in life are divinely designed, and they don't need to be fixed. Okay, He wrote them. How ludicrous is that Father wrote something broken, and we're going to try to fix it.
Yeah.
The fact is, He broke it. He'll fix it.
Yeah. That's the seasons.
Yes.
In Ecclesiastes, I'm like, that's necessary. That's put there intentionally. It's purposefully there. Again, last show, and Liam used, I didn't get to tell you, but in the WhatsApp from yesterday or a couple of days ago, I was looking, Marcia and Michael Knotts, our two people we dearly love, Stern, Judy, Alicia. I'm checking in with them a lot and seeing what they're talking about. And Liam had shared that Romans 9:19, that who can withstand His intentions? And then you go to 1 Timothy 2:4. Is this not the intention of God, that He would, have all mankind be saved and come into a realization of the truth? And Liam wrote wonderfully shared this thing that he wrote in the WhatsApp. And I was like, oh, I got to show this to Dean. And then Liam tells me, I got it from your show yesterday.
That part of it I do enjoy, and that's all the work that we talked about earlier, Steve, and you're doing or whatever. It's funny how the simplest of things, we can read scripture or just say a word, and then wow, it's like a new light comes on. There's so much depth under that. Yeah. But we're all in different places, it all hits us at different times. So it's not about then trying to, give that to somebody else. We can just appreciate when it happens. And that's funny the way you said it. It's like, oh, you really enjoyed what he was saying. He's like, well, I got it from your show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think
that's what happens back and forth.
I think we want to skip the preparatory work that Father's doing. Father's preparing you to hear something or to see something. And you know what? Now I'm in this place where I don't want to hurry that along. I want it to be His timing, not mine.
No. I mean, we're still here.
Yeah.
So obviously the divine process is still going on in us because we're here.
Yeah.
And the circumstances that we experience, it's all preparation. And what a joy that we see that. Now, people need to understand when we're talking about joy, when we're talking about charis and grace and we're talking about joy, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean that we are of our own nature happy-go-lucky and laughing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What it means is, in fact, Paul says it's joy that is beyond comprehension, beyond a peace that passes understanding. So this is not some mental game that we play. You know, I was thinking about it recently. It's not that power of positive thinking. You know, that's like a trick where you try to get your mental view to pretend certain circumstances aren't happening. It's realization beyond all that. So we can be in the middle of hurting and pain and struggle, and we can experience divine joy in the middle of that. That's beyond. Somebody looks at that and they say, okay, I don't know what's going on there.
It just happened recently to me. Somehow, it's like, how can you be happy with these horrible circumstances and death and all these kinds of things?
Yes.
Well, who's saying that? That's not where this peace and this joy is coming from.
No.
It's not coming from things of this world that have to do with those horrific things that we all experience as humans. Yeah. But in spite of those horrific things, we can see a greater purpose, and that's somehow have this crazy belief.
Yes.
But it's going to pay off, and it's for purposes that is greater than I can understand right now. It's like I'm counting on that. But we simply, even though through these dark times, and you see that in so many lives, people come to appreciate the hardest of things. Yes. So we get glimpses of it here.
Yeah.
We get glimpses of that. Oh, what is that? You know, we call it joy, call it charis. Words. What is it? It's something. To me, it's something. It's not just a word.
That's spirit.
It's not an emotion. Yeah. It's deeper.
It's a divine energy that God gives us. He taps us in to what's real. He taps us into the absolute. So we're not happy about a car wreck. We're not happy.
Right. It's funny. Not funny. It's just, why would we have to say that? But go ahead.
Yeah. We're not happy about. Yeah, but I think people who don't have this realization, they don't understand what we're talking about.
I know. Yeah. Exactly.
You know, this is beyond comprehension. This is beyond understanding. They hear us talk about all, joy and happiness. We're not happy about car wrecks. We're not happy about cancer. We're not happy about pain. People having excruciating. I can't.
Painful to even speak about.
physical pain or emotional pain in their heart. We're not happy about those things. But you know what we are happy and joyful about? Father wrote it, and he wrote it for eventual good. And we're happy we're content with this process. Yeah. And in the meantime, we can be vessels of comfort. Yeah. We can be vessels of companionship in that pain. Christ joined us in our agony. He joined us in our darkness. He joined us in our pain. He joined us in our supposed mental alienation from God. And we're able to do that. We're able to continue that. And, to tap back into what you were saying a bit earlier at the beginning, Chris, is that Christ suffered this stuff. Mm-hmm. And he did it with joy. He did it in happiness. Yeah. But he suffered these things. And now we're doing the same. Now we have that same role of union with those around us. And entering into their conditions with them.
Right.
And
that's what awareness. I think that's awareness.
Yes.
I'm not uncomfortable with a definition of joy, including a nest, a warm blanket.
Yeah.
A fortress, a fortitude.
Yes.
You mentioned a few shows back, we're being kept.
Yes.
We're being,
He's our safe guardian.
Right. So even in the middle of the trials, the tribulations, and awareness of being kept.
Yes.
The fortitude, a mighty fortress.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen,
And
I just read Psalms this morning. I never read in Psalms. I just read Psalms, and it was something though, a word that it did something within, and we've heard it. Everybody's heard it a million times. I'll just read it. It's exactly what he said. Yahweh is my shepherd. The shepherd I didn't get past like this thought, but
Yes.
the next one, nothing shall I lack. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
exactly.
When you're in that mode of comfort, nest, that all these things. Oh yeah, he's the shepherd.
Yes.
He has us. It's not then all us doing all these things. He's got us. We can relax. Nothing.
Yeah.
We don't lack anything.
We're safe. How beautiful is that? We're not getting saved. For instance, we're not getting saved from sickness. We're going to get sick. We're not saved from our mortality. We're dying every day. We're not getting saved from our sins, even when you think about it, because I'm still missing. So if he's saving us from any of these things, wow, he's doing a pretty poor job. And he's not going to save us from death, because we're going to die. But what he is keeping us through that whole process until the resurrection. And that resurrection to mortality is going to change everything. It's going to change the circumstances. He's not currently changing those circumstances in that sense that we're looking for that deliverance.
Yeah.
And instead, he's replacing that with peace and with joy and with that warm blanket